good laboratory practice. So, what is the meaning? So, GL, GLP is an FDA regulation. GLP is a formal regulation that was created by the FDA, that is United States Food and Drug Administration, in 1978. After that, definition. Definition mainly includes GLP embodies a set of principles that provides a framework within which laboratory studies are planned, performed, monitored, and reported. So, why was GLP created? In the early 70s, FDA became aware of cases of poor laboratory practice all over the United States. Then they discovered a lot of fraudulent activities and a lot of poor lab practices. So, examples of some of these poor lab practices found were equipment not being calibrated to standard form, therefore giving wrong measurements, incorrect and inaccurate accounts of actual lab study, and inadequate test systems. And purpose of GLPs. Purpose mainly it is considered for main purpose, that is GLP is to certify that every step of the analysis is valid or not, assure the quality and integrity of data submitted to FDA in support of the safety of regulated products, and GLP has heavy emphasis on data recording, record, and specimen retention. And mainly it considers basic principles, which includes test facility organization and personnel. Second one is quality assurance program. Third one is facilities. Fourth, apparatus, material and reagents. Fifth one is test systems. Sixth one, test and reference substances. Seventh one is standard operating procedures. Eighth is performances of the study. Ninth one is reporting of the study results. And the last one is storage and retention of records and materials. So, first one is test facility organization and personnel. It basically consists of the study personnel responsibilities, which mainly includes should have the knowledge of the GLP principle, assess to the study plans and appropriates, comply with the instruction of SOPs, record raw data. Study personnel are responsible for the quality of their data, exercise health precautions to minimize the risk, ensure the integrity of the study. After second one is quality assurance program. So responsibility of quality assurance personnel are assess to the updated study plans and SOPs, documented verification of the compliances of the study, inspections to determine compliances of the study with GLP principles, and three types of inspections, which mainly included study-based inspection, facility-based inspections, and process-based inspections. Inspection of the final reports for accurate and full description, report the inspection results to the management, and statements. After that, third one is facilities. So facilities includes suitable size and constructions and locations, adequate degree of separation of different activities, isolation of test systems and individual projects to protect from biological hazards, suitable rooms for diagnosis, treatment and control of disease, and storage rooms. And next one is apparatus, material, and reagents. So it basically consists of apparatus of appropriate designs and adequate capacity. Second one is documented inspection, cleaning, maintenance, and calibration of apparatus. And third one is apparatus and material not to interfere with the test systems. And last one is chemical, reagents, and solution should be labeled to indicate identity, expiry, and specific storage instructions. And the test system. In test system, there is a need of physical and chemical test systems, biological test systems, record of resources, data of arrival and arrival conditions of the test systems, proper identification of the test in the containers, or when it removed, cleaning and sanitization of containers. And the last one is pest control agents to be documented. And sixth one is test and reference items. So in text and reference items basically consist of recipient, handling, sampling and storage, characterizations, non-stability of test and reference item, and then stability of test items in its vehicle, and after that experiments to determine stability in tank mixer used in the field studies, and the samples for analytical purpose for each batch. In standing operating procedures, written procedures for a laboratory program, they define how to carry out the protocol specified activities, most often written in a chronological listing of the action steps. They are written to explain how the procedures are supposed to work. Then routine inspection, cleaning, maintenance, testing and calibration, action to be taken in response to equipment failure, keeping record, reporting, storage, mixing and retrieval of data, definition of raw material, then analytical methods. So after that performance of study has been tested. So in performance of the study mainly consists of the prepare of the study plan, then content of the study plan in which includes basically identification of the study, records, dates, reference to the test methods, information concerning the sponsor and facilities, and conduct of the study. Then reporting of study results. In study results, basically it consists of the information on sponsors and test facilities, and experimental starting and completion date, a quality assurance program statement, description of material and test methods, then results, after that storage of samples, reference, item, raw material, and final reports, etc. So storage and retention records and material. In storage and retention records, the study plans, raw data, samples are included, in which inspections, data, and master schedules are there, SOPs are there, maintenance and calibration data. If any study material is disposed of before expiry, the reason to be justified and documented, index of material retained. So, what good laboratory must contain? So it must contain area should be free from smoke, smell, and dust, ensure good ventilation, proper illumination, and perfect natural lights, air conditioned the lab with humidity and control, enough space for measuring and testing the instruments, and most probably proper arrangement of testing, take care of all safety points including proper earthing as well as fire safety, avoid uncleanable spots in floors, walls and ceilings, establish proper area for storage incoming sample as well as test completed samples, also provide the sample collection places as well as packaging and disposal of tested samples. So do this for GLP. For good laboratory practice, we have to consider these points. First of all, keep the things at its location after use. Store heavy things at the bottom, and if possible on trolleys. Give name of the location to everything. Follow everything has the place, everything at its place principle. Prepare location list and display it. Put ladders for things stored on the top. Identify everything with its name and purpose. Follow FIFO, that is FIFO, to prevent all the accumulation for laboratory chemicals.